Data does not only contain numbers but also text. Text processing does not need to be difficult. Wouldn't it be nice if you can find the sentiment of the text, tokenize text, find word and noun phrase frequencies or correct spellings in one single line of code? That is when TextBlob comes in handy. In this video, you're gonna learn what TextBlob is and how to use it to process your text data. To install TextBlob, type pip install TextBlob. To use TextBlob, simply grab the TextBlob object around your text. In this case, it is today the weather is nice. Now you are ready to use some cool methods of TextBlob. The first method is word tokenization. Word tokenization splits a piece of text into individual words. Without TextBlob, you can only split your string by a certain delimiter, such as a comma or a space. TextBlob allows you to split your string by different delimiters. To tokenize your sentence, use blob doc words. Great! Now we have a list of words without any delimiters needed. You can treat this word list as a list. So to access the first word, you can just use blob doc words with index 0. TextBlob also allows you to identify part of speech tagging. In simple terms, part of speech tags allow us to identify what words act as nouns, pronouns, verb, adverbs, and so on. To get part of speech tags using TextBlob, type blob doc tags. Let's run this and see what we got. We can see that in the sentence, today the weather is nice. Today is identified as a noun. The is identified as a determiner. Weather is identified as a noun. Is identified as a verb for a third person. And nice is identified as an adjective. A noun phrase is a group of two or more words that center on a noun. For example, girl is not a noun phrase, but a beautiful girl is a noun phrase. Sometimes it is important for us to extract noun phrases in the sentence instead of extracting individual nouns. TextBlob allows us to do that easily. Here we have a TextBlob object wrapped around this text. Now, let's run blob doc noun phrases to extract noun phrases. Cool. You can see that we have a word list of noun phrases. The first one is data science field. The second one is tremendous amount. And the third one is available information. Lemmatization is a dictionary form of a set of words. For example, eat, ate, eating are all forms of the word eat. Lemmatization is a popular method to process text before applying other natural language processing models. To lemmatize a word, wrap the word inside the object word and call the lemmatized method. Since ate is a verb, we're gonna set part of speech to be V, which stands for verb. Let's run this and see what we got. Awesome, we have the word eat, which is a present tense of ate. Now, if you want to lemmatize an entire sentence, how do you do that? The first thing we're gonna do is to grab the sentence inside a TextBlob object. Then blob doc words will contain all the words of the sentence inside TextBlob. Now, since word list is just a list, we can loop through this list, lower all of the words inside the list, wrap it inside the object word, and lemmatize it as we did previously. Let's run this and see what we got. Cool. From this output, we can see that words become B. TextBlob also allows you to look up definitions of a word. To look up a definition of the word browser, I use the word object, then call the method word definitions. We can see two definitions here. The first definition is a viewer who looks around casually, and the second definition is a program used to view HTML documents. That's pretty accurate. If you are processing text from a source that is likely to have spelling mistakes, such as Twitter, it is important to correct the spelling mistakes in the text before doing further processing. TextBlob allows you to do exactly that easily and accurately. Here I have a sentence that has spelling mistakes, such as last, project, and challenge. Now, let's run blob.correct and see how the output looks like. Cool, we can see that the word last, project, and challenge are fixed. If you want to correct the spell check for an individual word, use the word object and call the method spell check. You can see the guess and its probability. Here, last has the highest probability to be the correct correction. The next one is lost, late, etc. TextBlob also allows you to count the word frequencies in your text easily. Let's try this feature out by analyzing the word frequencies in an article of DataQuest called How to Learn Data Science in 2022. To import the content of the article, we're going to use newspaper 3K. We import the article object from newspaper, wrap the URL inside the article object, and run the method article download. Then we run the method article pass. Lastly, to get the text, we run article.text and save it to the variable text. Now, let's run this and see how the text looks like. You can see that we have the entire article in here. To get the word counts of this text, wrap the text inside TextBlob object and run blob.wordCounts. Cool, we can see that we have a dictionary with the keys are the words and the values are the count of those words. Let's try to get the count of the word I. Cool, we can see that this article uses the first person pronouns a lot. Now let's create a bar plot for the word counts. First, we're gonna turn this dictionary into a pandas data frame where the column is count. Next, we're gonna sort this data frame by count in the ascending order. And we grab only the 30 most popular words and we're gonna use plot like expect dot bar to plot the bar chart. Let's run this and see how the bar chart looks like. Cool, we can see the most popular words are you, the, and, science, learning, etc.